If you're caught doing 100 miles an hour, you're probably breaking a few rules, aren't you?
Yeah, honestly. I was about to do like an exposition dump of what we're doing, but we've found the place, so I don't need to. You'll find out what it is. Alright, now for my exposition dump. So, we've been to a vinyl record fair in a church in Cirencester. First time I think I've really been to one of these, like, proper things. Right, so in this bag is what took my fancy, what we ended up buying. I mean, is it really a surprise? Aren't I just the worst?
Maybe, love.
What was that, darling? That was... I could do better delivery than that. Give me this. Hold on. Only my people will know this meme, okay? Insert sound. I'm shocked I did that properly. What the hell? Many places in this country have buildings made of that type of stone. But we're in a very particular one. We're in a very special place because round that corner is a particular house on a particular anniversary in a particular day. You'll find out if we go this particular direction. In case you must know, if you see the back there, you probably know who or what that is. Why do I say what as if he's not sentient? Those who don't know probably don't know what this building is or its significance, and I'm gonna probably have to do VO explaining everything, but there's a plaque. Well, I'll explain what the plaque is later. So Mum and I have come all the way to Box in Wiltshire near Bath because today, May 12th, 80 years ago today, the first book of the Railway series was published. This book series is what Thomas the Tank Engine and Friends, the live-action TV series, is based off of. And for the last 3 years, every May 12th, Mum and I have made a trek to Box to see both this building and a railway tunnel. And I'll quickly tell you that story, if I can explain. So the man who created Thomas, Reverend Wilbert Awdry, lived at this house, Lawn House, between... I don't remember the years, but there's a plaque on the front of the house that says when he lived there, so keep that in mind. He lived there when he was young, and the story goes that one night he could hear 2 steam engines chuffing along the grade near this railway tunnel, Box Tunnel it's called. One of them was banking the other engine, pulling a goods train. If you know anything about the Thomas stories, you'll know this is what would inspire the story where Edward helps Gordon get up the hill, also with a goods train. Wilbert would say that as a child, through the chuffing noises, he could easily imagine the conversation these 2 steam engines were having. So one of them saying, "I can't do it, I can't do it," and the other one saying, "I will do it, I will do it." I don't feel I need to go into Ringo there. I mean, aside from that, yeah, there's not really much else to explain other than for the last few years on May 12th, the anniversary of the first Railway series book, Mum and I have come here to Box, Wilbert Awdry's childhood grounds, to mark the occasion, and this one is especially important to me because 80... Sorry, there's a lot of branches in the way. I don't really know how to express, like, or put into words the importance of this for me on a very personal level, you know, because, you know, this series and this character have been so comforting for me, like, as long as I can remember, basically. So this is a nice way of, I think, acknowledging and celebrating as well, especially, you know, this year. And Mother is trying to look in a gap. What are you trying to look in this gap, darling? Oh, there's boat. No, what were you trying to do, actually? Step on the...
Yeah.
No, why were you stepping on the ground? Look, you were trying to swipe your foot. Oh. Oh, that was it, okay. Well, that's what I sound like right now. Because I cannot speak normally. That's something I should really learn to do, shouldn't I? So to fill up this big space of time of me explaining everything, I'm going to throw in a bunch of clips I took of both the house and the tunnel. And these branches aren't really listening to me that well, aren't they? Nor is this dude, hello. I wonder if Wilbert came down here. when he was young. He must have. Still have to have been careful if these branches were even the same 100 years ago. Hard to say, really. This should look familiar to some. That clip was something a little bit easier, just to kind of soothe my brain. Mum has gone really far ahead, but yes, you've probably guessed by now. Well, if you've seen the thumbnail, I think I'm going to put him in the thumbnail because yes, that is Flying Scotsman. I am not worthy to be in his presence. I keep looking up from the camera. It hasn't hit me yet, man. Do you want me to go first? Okay, oh, the door's a bit tighter. Whoa.
If they're not built to give you lots of room.
No.
Yeah, I can't imagine so. So this over here is the corridor tender. It looks so narrow. I don't know how people would have gone through there.
No.
So now I believe we're going up on Pendennis Castle as well.
Torches in there, that's your firebox, and this is normally for the
course.
coal.
Yeah, of course.
About 8 tons of coal.
I overheard somebody say earlier that out of this or Scotsman, who would use up more coal on like a round trip?
That one would use up more coal.
Okay.
And is that because it's heavier or?
No, it's less efficient.
Oh, is it?
Okay, well,
Is it?
Nothing
Why?
wrong with it. It's a great engine, of course it is. But what happened in, I think it was 1925, 100 years ago.
Okay.
What had happened is that the Flying Scotsman and the Great Western Castle had been at the Grand Exhibition in wherever it was, Wembley, I think. And they'd be facing each other, and both of them had signs on saying the most powerful engine in Britain.
Really?
And anyway, obviously there was a bit of dispute going on at that point.
Oh, okay.
So, for various reasons anyway, in order to find out what could the Great Western learn from that and what the LNER could learn from this,
Yeah.
they did various exchanges.
okay.
And
That makes
this engine
sense.
whopped this engine. Despite the
Wow.
fact that's the famous one.
Of course.
They had a
Yeah.
better PR department, even though the Great Western had a very good PR department. But I mean, there's not much between them, but at the
Yeah.
time, that was a great step for the LNER. This was a minor step for the Great Western from previous designs.
Okay.
And the way in which the piston valves worked was more efficient here.
I imagine because each run different circumstances, so
Yeah.
each, I guess, leap,
I mean, and later on,
which would be interesting
later
to
on
one.
when this became famous as the first official 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but between that and City of Truro,
The
right?
City of Truro probably did it 20
Yeah.
years earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read it was
I imagine other engines did, but of course the thing is, if you're caught doing 100 miles an hour, you're probably breaking a few rules, aren't you?
yeah, honestly. Yeah. Wasn't it that it was determined by, with Truro, wasn't it determined by a stopwatch and not the, what's it called, dynamometer? I don't remember exact names.
Yeah. I mean, if you want it really accurate, you would have a
Yeah, okay.
They would be behind you, and they would be measuring all sorts of things.
Yeah, that makes sense. It came into focus just barely. Our final trek for today, we're going to go through here to an empty area of track and buffers so I can get more photos. But we've got to go past this guy first. It's a yellow truck, it looks like a model layout. Right, so I half knew what to expect and half didn't, obviously. I can barely see anything because the sun is in my eyes. There we are. My eyes just do that weird thing sometimes. I don't really know how to sum up today in words. The video should have probably done it justice. It's the first day of the period that Scotsman's supposed to be there, so my eyes keep doing that weird thing because it's so bright out. If I do this, maybe it'll be better. It's supposed to get really busy on later days, so I'm grateful that we came today where it was a little bit quieter, but still a lot of people actually. There is clearly interest for this big one. I don't know if the two engines reunited since being photographed 100 years ago, but they have definitely now. So even if they haven't before, they have now. So this is very significant for a lot of people.